representative was here today, and they're coming back tomorrow, and did their audit, and we'll see how it goes. Don't know the finals on it yet. But one of the things that came up was that Buffalo Ditch that's running through Kennett is owned by Drainage District 2, and the county collects the taxes on it every year, and yet we are doing the upkeep. Yeah, we're doing the upkeep and maintenance on the ditch. And so the DNR representative is going to find out for us who she has down as the owner. And the fact that we've been doing this all these years and not collecting any of the taxes for it, as a matter of fact, we pay, as the city of Kennett, we are paying taxes to do work for ourselves. So, but we don't get any money for it. And so we're looking into that, and we're going to see what comes from that and what we need to do from there. Very strange right now on how this is working. So it is Buffalo Ditch, and there's one more.
Raglan Slough, Snap Slough, Raglan Slough. I think the state's got them down as numbered ditches, but it's been an ongoing thing as to who owns them. I've talked to the Drainage District number 2, and they said they gave it to the city several years ago, and they changed the map. And I talked to Terry, and Terry said we have no record of ever accepting it. So
Well, it was discussed.
yes.
So we never accepted it.
No, they weren't going to give us any of the money to do anything.
Yeah, so why would we accept it?
Yeah.
Mayor Wheeler and I, Mayor Hancock and I met with the board at least 2 or 3 times, and the board members are large farmers from the south end of the county, and they're really not interested in doing any work up here. And we asked for an abatement for the taxes that were being paid from not only from the city of Kennett, but the other large property owners. Each individual homeowner doesn't pay. They only bill for somebody that has a couple of acres or something like that. I don't remember the exact number, Terry, but like Indian Park and large areas like that, actually the city of Kennett pays drainage taxes to Duncan County Drainage District number 2, but they wouldn't even abate those fees that we pay them.
So what it boils down to is we are paying for the rest of the county, which is the city of Kennett.
Yes.
It's a reasonably small amount they collect, here, and they said it wasn't worth their effort to put any money into maintaining the ditches up there.
Yeah, they weren't going to spend any money to do anything again. And they do very little south of Kennett. And that's one of the reasons it's a problem, because there's no place for it to go from Kennett, because we mow the ditches here, and then the Kennett doesn't have anywhere to go south of town.
So we'll kind of be working on some ideas on that as time goes on. And then the state considers those ditches as recreational waterways.
Yeah, they're considered waters of the state, which that still is another kind of thing. If they're considered waters of the state, why are we having to maintain them? But they do consider Buffalo Ditch as a recreational waterway.
Well, I'd love to have someone from Jefferson City come down and take a swim.
They've been here many times.
Well,
I bet they left dry all of those times.
eventually, their reasoning is, and the definition is, eventually, the water from Buffalo Ditch and Snipe Slough reaches, I believe it reaches St. Francis River.
Yeah, navigable water.
It reaches the navigable water, so if the water from those ditches reaches navigable water, it's a waterway of the state.
To go a step farther, the, well, but it has played into the benefit of the city of Kennett in the past. The ditch between Indian Park and the railroad is also considered waters of the state. And when we had problems with the many previous owners at the oil mill, they were made required to clean that up and pay a hefty fine, and actually did prison time for contaminating the waters of the state.
It's amazing what happens in DNR. Everybody points quickly.
Actually, it was EPA.
Yeah, everything else.
Well, hopefully she'll be able to find out something that might help us. I mean, we're right now 100% responsible for the stormwater permitting and everything with DNR as far as that ditch. And from what we're understanding, we don't even own it. So we're spending a lot of money and a lot of work on it, something we don't own. And so whoever owns it's actually collecting money on it. So hopefully she can give us some kind of information on it. She's supposed to be back tomorrow, but I don't think she'll have any information by then. Victor, not here? Victor? Yeah, did she say give a time frame on that?
No.
She'll probably not know anything by tomorrow, but hopefully she'll get with us and let us know something before too long.
And also with this audit that we had, tell me about the employees. What they continued.
Well, there's a lot of things that have to be done. In the past, we were behind on stormwater thing, and they were being very lenient with us and letting us try to catch up. They've hired all new people up there. They have, the lady that they hired is really into this, and they revamped pretty much the whole thing, wasn't it, and started fresh. So everybody started fresh January 1. So we have to do this. This is not something that you can dabble in. It's not something that's going to go away, and it's not something you can halfway do. There are certain things that have to be done, and from talking to Victor, we're not 100%. We might get a nasty letter, but it'll be one of the nicer nasty letters at the moment. But talking to her, there's a possibility we're going to have to look at hiring someone for stormwater. Full-time employee, 1 or 2 full-time employees. One with paperwork, to do paperwork, because there's more paperwork than me and Victor can do that they want. They want a lot of, probably more paperwork than anything.
By giving us an example, Victor, with the drainage system.
Some of the things that they, for example, like before, a retention pond. You take one retention pond, and we don't have a whole lot, we've probably got 4, 5, 6, something like that. You take one retention pond, you've got to document when it needs mowed, you've got to document when it was mowed, you've got to document when it was inspected, you've got to document who mowed the retention pond, then you've got to document when they had training to do the mowing, and when they had training to do that. And that's everything. It's not just a retention pond.
And that's also, then you have to document what education the supervisor that checks
Yes.
on it,
Yes.
what they, so the documentation for this mowing grass.
That's for mowing the ditch, the big ditches, and everything. So we have to inspect outfalls, we have to clean around the outfalls, make sure the signs are up, stay up. Education to the public, training for city employees. There's a lot of stuff that's got to be done. If you want to look through some of it, the stormwater plan is on the stormwater website.
So it's swarming on it, too.
Yes. Yep.
Well, it's not going away. It's something that's got to be done. And right now, street department's doing the mowing and so forth and so on. But it's used to where we could do it a little bit here and there. It's going to be getting down to where it's going to have to be done pretty much full time. So we'll know more after we get the report back. When she comes tomorrow, she's going to send Victor a report on suggestions and stuff. So once we get that, we'll know more what we're looking at of what we're going to have to do.
Thank you.
Industrial, there needs to be a closed session this evening.
Fire department also, I forget about that.
Police department as well. We're in it for the long haul tonight.
Get in on
Get down here.
All right,
Might as well.
senior citizen,
Gary,
Gary's not here.
he couldn't be here, but, I don't, was it the committee that has the packets? For
Yes.
Laura?
I'll put them in everybody's
Everybody,
place.
okay. So there's a packet there from Laura Ford that, has to do with, the way, things that they can request for payment, things like that. So, you don't need to do anything on it tonight except read it and you have the opportunity.
Okay.
That's it.
All right, then, hospital.
Nothing new on that right now.
Okay. All right, don't have anything under unfinished business. New business, approval of the conflict of interest ordinance that we do every year. Turn that over to you. Nick.
All right, first reading. An ordinance of the city of Kennett, Missouri to establish a procedure to disclose potential conflicts of interest and substantial interest for certain officials. This is an ethics ordinance that we're required to pass every other year. We try to pass it every year, just so you all don't have to make big, long financial disclosures.
Motion.
Second.
So we have a motion and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Second reading, an ordinance of the city of Kennett, Missouri to establish a procedure to disclose potential conflicts of interest and substantial interest for certain officials.
Motion.
Second. Got a motion and a second, this will be a roll call.
Aye.
Yes.
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 Approved. Okay, under new business also, that at the last meeting I brought up Eric hiring, talked about a Missouri Department of Conservation grant. And, you know, it's short notice. So talking, I gave Miss Lisa a call with her being with the